Welcome to my channel, exploring old technologies and seeding new ideas. Let's begin. This topic needs a bit of background before getting into why a watchdog is even needed. Starting with the introduction of Toyota's hybrid system, I embraced the need for vehicle evolution away from fossil fuels. My Toyota hybrids provided significantly lower fuel costs than any past owned vehicles. This I attribute to a more modern internal combustion engine, clever airflow design, and automatic engine idling avoidance when stopped. Sadly, Toyota's Synergy Drive provided only a few kilometers of pure battery driving, reducing it to an electrical brake assist feature. However, any hope for brake wear and tear cost reduction was foiled by the realities of Canadian winters. After months of researching for something more seriously electrified, I chose a seasoned plug-in hybrid vehicle, a PHEV for short. Mitsubishi Motors' Outlander design evolved from 2013 and debuted in Canada with a generous 10-year battery warranty on its 2018 model. Canada's weak charging infrastructure and another nice government rebate made a PHEV a good choice for my needs. It was nice to know that a fuel-fired engine would extend the PHEV's range into remote areas, while its charge-at-home drive battery size assured my urban travels would be purely electric, even in harsh winters. Not only an impressive four-wheel drive SUV, the PHEV's drive battery can offer modest 120-volt AC emergency home power or simply make camping more enjoyable. Despite its size, the Outlander's drive battery has aided long-distance mixed highway driving, impressively exceeding the annual fuel economy of both of my previous Toyota products. This achievement significantly benefited from my travels being mostly urban, sweetened by low overnight plug-in rates. This all leads to how important it is to protect your drive battery investment. A few months after taking delivery of my PHEV, I started to use a well-evolved Watchdog application system created by Daniel Santos to monitor and protect my battery performance. In hindsight, I wish I had started much earlier. I am not a selling agent for this product, only a premium user sharing my experience and opinions. It is important that you check out the About Privacy menu item of the application and read the provided policy should you choose to go beyond the free version. Both versions of the smartphone Watchdog application draw real-time information from a well-established communication system called the CAN bus, found in most modern vehicles. Enabled by an inexpensive, readily available diagnostic tool, the OBD2 device, which just plugs into an existing service port under your dash. This is the same port that some insurance companies have you install their monitoring device and that your service professional uses to diagnose your vehicle's performance. The Watchdog application claims to not introduce new information into your vehicle system, but only carefully analyzes the live data flowing as you drive. It has worked without incident since I installed it and displays significantly more information than the stock Outlander dashboard displays provide. Paired with the PHEV Watchdog Net sharing service, the Watchdog application has provided me impressively detailed comparative battery and trip history. And my data is shown only to me, visually compared to anonymously shared PHEV performance data from almost 1,000 similar vehicles as of this date. As an additional bonus, the website has a trip mapper function that allowed me to create a much richer display of my journeys and the PHEV in operation. On a long vacation adventure, I still had to log fuel cost details, given the variability of local gas prices. But my Watchdog added visibility on how my PHEV's battery performed. This was particularly important given that there was a wide range of roadside and hotel charging constraints. It's always important to hit your app's Sync Now menu option to upload the PHEV Watchdog information at the end of each trip. This allowed me to anonymously take advantage of the companion website's database and compare my drive battery's performance with nearly 1,000 other PHEV vehicles worldwide. I had to become a premium member to gain access to that feature, and then enable the feature in my smartphone's upgraded application settings area. Recognizing a need to see the Watchdog app in action before loading or committing anything, I have prepared a means to get familiar with the application. Using your favorite browser, navigate to the PHEVwatchdog.net website and select its Frequently Asked Question FAQ, a website option. As a guest of the PHEVwatchdog.net website, you can check out 25 of the most asked questions about the Watchdog. There, question 12 links a comparison of the free versus premium smartphone application. In this video section, I will concentrate on my premium smartphone version, providing a tour of its 7 display screens. Given this application is always evolving, the information is only current as of version V 1.8.1. Use the spacebar to pause this portion of the presentation as necessary, since there will be a lot of information passing by quickly. While the application opens on the main screen, I will represent the 7 screens in order, left to right. This first one primarily deals with battery issues, and the pop-out bubbles provide a short explanation of each element on the screen. From the main screen, you have to slide 2 screens to the left to see this one. Since I do not intend to explain each one, I recommend that you study each as presented and use the spacebar to pause, or back up the video to review them again. As you drive along, the numbers represent real-time changes in the sources of energy, the charge differences, battery temperature, the range of voltage across the cells, and how well the pack is balanced. To avoid distracted driving, you'll have to review the data created by these screens after you have stopped, or have someone else drive so you can explore the information. Screen 2 of 7 deals with charge and regeneration issues. Again, it displays pop-out bubbles of information, providing a short explanation of each element on the screen. It provides comparative numbers against the original delivered vehicle's battery pack and the current state of charge. It shows how much energy comes from the gas engine and regeneration against consumed. These values are shown in terms of amp hours, kilowatts, and the voltage that the pack is shown, along with the status of a cooling fan. This screen is immediately to the left of the main screen, which we'll see next. The main screen is the third of 7, and the default opening display of the Watchdog application. Again, the presentation shows pop-up bubbles of information, providing a short explanation of each element on the screen. There is a lot of system information along the top, and an indicator at the far right showing the status of the engine. Road speed, odometer information, and a compass are followed by distance traveled, elapsed time, and altitude indicators. In the center is an animation of the source of power to the wheels. The gas engine speed, temperature, and the voltage of the 12-volt accessory batteries are presented, along with a fuel gauge. And finally, there's bar indicators showing the driving economy achieved. With the density of information displayed, driving safety has to be observed, and it is comforting to know that all of the data is being recorded in summary information cards and charts that can be viewed later. As a passenger, you can play with the live data, and a lot of the display items have optional characteristics that can be changed by tapping on various items. Now sliding over to the 4th screen of 7, one to the right beyond the main display, you come to the driving status screen. Again, the video shows pop-up bubbles of information providing short explanations of each element on the screen. The demo from the FAQ question number 12 shows quite a different presentation for glide regeneration and electric driving than the one in my version 1.8.1. In fact, I like what I have much better since it shows the pressure in my tires. I am still showing the older version here since it has the information bubbles. Sliding over to the 5th screen of 7, 2 to the right beyond the main display, you come to the drive motor information screen. Once again, the video shows pop-up bubbles of information, providing a short explanation of each element in the screen. Here you see rotational and torque information for the front and rear motors. Similar information for the generator. This brings us to the 6th screen of 7. 3 to the right of the main display, where the information layout is quite different. I first ran the charting function, not realizing that the default was the same information in both areas. Here you have an upper and lower chart area and are given 11 different choices of information to be charted as you drive. The following slides quickly demonstrate the different charting types in the lower area, but any could have been put in the top area instead. As a reminder, here's that list of types again. Finally, the 7th screen, 4 to the right of the main display, provides information about local charging stations, assuming your smartphone has access to the internet and a compass. You can pick any of the charging stations listed, and you can get more information and a map. Often, if you scroll below the stations listed, there may be even more. Here's an example of picking a flow charging station and visiting it. The provided map was used to create this image, augmented by track data stored in the PHEV Watchdog. I hope this video gave you some sense of why I use the PHEV Watchdog app. There is much more to tell, which will have to wait for my video on using the companion PHEVwatchdog.net website database. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be looking forward to preparing another one for you soon.